What's up, guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. A couple months ago, I made a video called Hillary's Pledge for UFO Disclosure. Hillary Clinton claims she will get to the bottom of UFOs. Well, she was just on the Jimmy Kimmel show again last week, and she confirmed some of those sentiments. Check this out.
That's right.
When we had your husband, President Clinton, on this show, he said, I asked him about UFOs in Area 51, and if he looked in, because if I was president, that's the first thing I do. I go right into those files and see what was going on.
Right.
And he said that he did do that.
Yes.
And that he didn't find anything.
Well, I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, why not?
Right? And you know, there's a new name. It's unexplained aerial phenomenon.
Unexplained aerial phenomenon,
Yep,
really?
Yep, UAP. That's the latest nomenclature.
I like the old one. I like UFO. I don't know why.
Well, I think we can use them interchangeably, but I would like us to go into those files and hopefully make as much of that public as possible. If there's nothing there, let's tell people there's nothing there.
What if there is something there?
Well, if there is something there, unless it's a threat to national security, I think we ought to share it with the public.
Well, what if everybody's all hopped up on medical marijuana and everybody gets paranoid? I would love it.
That's why I want more research.
If you share it with me, I'll decide what is the best course of action. I really have my ear to the ground.
Well, I'm more than happy.
Now, there's some history with Hillary Clinton and the UFO ET phenomenon. Back in 1993, Lawrence Rockefeller and attorney Henry Diamond met with White House science advisor John Gibbons to lobby the government to release secret UFO files. And then in 1995, Hillary Clinton visited the Lawrence Rockefeller JY Ranch, where, again, he was actively involved in bringing the ET UFO issue to the White House. There are pictures of this that were released in 2006 in the Freedom of Information Act, when over 1,000 pages of UFO documents was released by the science advisor to the president in the Clinton White House as part of this Rockefeller UFO initiative. Now, in many of these documents, again, the First Lady at the time is seen walking with Rockefeller holding a book that was later discovered to be a book called Are We Alone? Philosophical Implications of Discovery of ET Life by renowned physicist and cosmologist and astrobiologist Dr. Paul Davies. Davies is part of the SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, Post-Detection Task Group. And in 2009, November, he was one of the main speakers at the Pontifical Astrobiology Conference, which is basically the Vatican's arm when they discussed the ET possibility. And of course, this has all the connections to the Lucifer Telescope in Arizona, where Davies is a co-director at Arizona State University in the Cosmology Initiative. And it ties into all the work that Chris Putnam and Tom Horton have done with Exo-Vaticana. And so to see Hillary Clinton bring this up again, not just publicly, but then again on the Jimmy Kimmel show, nothing gets asked in these interviews, especially in these major public outlets, without some sort of consensus beforehand. So Jimmy Kimmel was probably briefed in asking questions about UFOs in conjunction to his interview with Bill Clinton from the past, and I think this is a topic that they've been planning to disseminate for some time now. In fact, in the documents, it's mentioned that not only did Hillary Clinton discuss the UFO and ET reality with Rockefeller and his staff, but that Hillary and her staff actually put together a letter and sent it to President Bill Clinton asking him to prepare the U.S. for disclosure. Now, this is all the backstory here. And so coming to 2016, 10 years after these documents were released and nearly 20 years since Hillary Clinton was seen talking to Lawrence Rockefeller at the Rockefeller JY Ranch, what does it all mean? And it ties into the whole debate here that's going on politically with the presidential campaign, who's going to win. Obviously, Hillary Clinton doesn't seem to be very popular right now. And I know some friends and stuff that have said that the reason why Trump is even in the mix is because he is part of the distraction to bring down the Republican Party so that Hillary can come and ascend to the presidential office. And perhaps that's part of the grand agenda. Who knows? In my opinion, Trump wasn't necessarily part of the agenda, but at the same time, he is being infiltrated in different ways. He has people that he is connected to who are part of the Trilateral Commission. So in some ways, he may not be part of the inner circle of the good old boys group, but he is being infiltrated in other ways from the powers that be, so to speak. But in any case, this topic does bring up large questions about where this is all headed and how this topic of UFO and disclosure will be disseminated into the public. Propaganda through entertainment media has been there for decades now, and there are various theories surrounding this topic. And there are wild theories that they're all reptilians, all the way down to it's all part of a deception. And In my opinion, I think they have been influenced by these fallen angels and demonic entities who are behind all this and who want to somehow appear not just in a sort of grand way, but also in conjunction with the world system so that they are presented as our creators, so to speak. And that's what the ancient alien agenda is all about. And that's what the Sumerian context of our cosmology has been promoting for some time now, especially in the last few decades. And so I think it's all tied into that and the great deception that will be coming upon us. If you actually go to Revelation 13 and read a few passages at the beginning here, you have the beast system, which some people think it's Rome, and that ties into this as well as this final global government. But it's interesting because it says the dragon gave the beast power and is thrown in great authority. And is it possible that this dragon here is that ET deception? Because if you think about this passage here, it talks about the beast, it talks about all of its parts, the diadems, the horns, the blasphemous names on its head, and the various elements of being like a leopard, bear, and a mouth like a lion, and so on. And then saying here that the whole earth marveled as they followed the beast and they worshipped the dragon. Since the dragon is a separate entity, it's the one that upholds this beast, it would make sense that the dragon here could be in reference to this ET phenomenon. So it all ties in, but let me know what you think about why Hillary keeps bringing this topic up as part of her campaign. Is it just to bring attention, or is there something more to it? And given the history here, there's definitely an agenda behind this and a plan as part of the disclosure process, and I think it all relates back to the Great Deception personally. But let me know what you think. Hope you guys have an awesome day. God bless.